Yeah, you right. Hello friends and family, this is Megan Bowen, aka Charles V. Gugsaid. So you know I've been in Korea for a long time, right? But there's still certain things that I can't get used to. Here are a few things that I still have not gotten used to in Korea, and I don't know if I ever will be able to, just because they feel so natural to me, you know? So have you ever gone to introduce a friend to another friend, but then like the friend you were introducing was like older than you, like a lot older than you? Hey, oh Megan, there you are. That's the friend? Yeah, this is my friend Janine. And then like the Korean person you were introducing them to was like, that's not your friend. She is old. I ain't that old. That is an emo. That is your 언니. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And it's so funny because in Korea, age, it ain't nothing but a number. That don't, no, it's not here. Age is very important, and basically what happens is when you call someone your friend, people are assuming that that person is the same age as you. So in Korea, when they use the word 친구, they're talking about somebody who's the same age as you. So when you say, hey, I'm gonna introduce you to my 친구, people think, oh, you're a 동갑, right? You're the same age. Hierarchy and titles are much more important here. So of course, outside of the workplace, just in friend circles, it's also very important to call people if they're your oppa or your 언니, or if you're a guy, your 누나 or your 형. It's very important to use those terms, and it would be weird to even introduce your 누나 as your 친구, because when you say 친구, people are assuming that there's someone who's your same age, right? It's hard for me because back in America, like I remember having friends that were older than me. I had a friend who was like in her almost 50s, like Christine, like Tony Lagata, like these. I had two friends that were like in their 50s, and we would like hang out and chill and do stuff, and they would teach me about life. Because I think that you need friends of all ages. You need older friends to help you stay wise, and younger friends to help you stay useful and young, honey. When I'm a grandma, I'm gonna have friends that are like 20. We're gonna be going to the club. Y'all better keep me young, okay? And not only do you not call them friends, I guess there's just certain ways you're supposed to behave if you are older or younger than somebody. So it kind of, you know, mucks up the like kind of friend relationship slightly, because there's certain things you'd be expected to do if you're older or younger, etc. So that's the only thing that I've always just kind of, that's always just been so hard for me here. Because I'm just like, I just want to talk to this person like they're not older than me or younger than me. Like, can we just be like, you know? So yeah, I don't know. It might take me another 10 years to get used to that, eh? So this next one. So imagine you had something horrible happen to you. Something very stressful, something very horrible. So you're crying in front of your friends. It's okay. But then like they don't hug you though. What kind of friend is that? That's what I used to think, but I just realized that in Korea they just don't hug like that. Like for us, it's so natural when someone cries, even if it's someone you're not super close with, if someone cries, you can just hug them and like pat them on the back. That's how we kind of, you know, help them. And we hug them, you know, pat them on the back, it's okay, and then rub the head, you know, that's just kind of something that we're used to doing. But in Korea, you just don't. And it's so weird for me because when I see people crying, my first instinct is to come in with a hug. But then people have been like to me before, and I was like, oh yeah, girl, don't hug, just control your urges. I realized that even if you're somewhat close to this person, you just really just don't, you don't hug like that when someone's crying. You just kind of gotta let them cry and talk to them. Of course, you talk to them, you whatever, but you just don't hug them. And it's weird for me when I'm crying to not be hugged. The only people who will hug you if you're crying are like boyfriends or something like that, in my experience. But yeah, so that's basically, that's another one that's just really strange for me. And it's so interesting. I was sitting on that couch right there watching that TV. Oh, the TV isn't good. Watching that TV, it's there, trust me, with my special friend, and we were watching a season of Project Runway. And Project Runway, I didn't even know about it until like literally like 2 weeks ago. Like, yes, I've been watching all the ones that are available on Korean Netflix, which is not very many. There's only 3 seasons available. You jerks. Like, can we get some more? Same with RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, in Korea, they only provide 3 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race. What's up with that? I want to see the other ones. I don't have to illegally download them on torrent sites. Come on, Netflix. We were watching Project Runway. I don't remember what season it was. One of the 3 in Korean Netflix. And people were just crying the whole time. Like every episode, like 3 or 4 people would just cry. And then whenever they cried, somebody would go up to them and hug them. Now they're on Project Runway, so it's not like these people are like super like besties of best friends, and they're hugging each other. So the special friend I was sitting there with, and my friend was like, why do they always hug? Like, these people, they just met each other just for this TV show. Like, why are they hugging and stuff like that? And I was like, oh yeah. It was strange to him. He was like, I don't understand why these people keep hugging. So then I was like, okay, when someone cries, we like to hug them, but it's so much so that they don't hug people when they're crying here, that my friend was like, why do they keep hugging on Project Runway? I want to be loved. So the last thing that I still cannot get used to is the use of our. In Korea, they use our for everything, and I know it's because they're quite a collective. Collective. The group is important to them, so they tend to use our a lot. So for example, when they're talking, hey, so when did you come to our country? Do you like our country's food? When did you learn our language? So when they're talking in Korean, they say stuff like 우리나라, 우리말, 우리집, 우리 아빠, 우리 엄마. Like stuff like that, like our. And then like sometimes it's interesting because even if you live alone, you still say like 우리 집, even though like nobody lives there with you. Or like if you are a single child, only child, you would still say like 우리 엄마, 우리 아빠, like our dad, our mom. So that was always really interesting to me because I'm like, you didn't got no brothers and sisters though. Like that's your dad, your dad, your dad. And it's a little bit strange to me just because when we speak in English, we don't say, like in America, we're not gonna be like our country, our language, our food. You know, we just say American food or English, or we just say English, American food, America. We don't say like our America, our food, our this, our that. And the group mentality in general is really good. Like whatever you do in Korea, like at an office or anything like that, they'll always have some kind of groups for you, and then you do group activities. So it's really nice when you're a part of that group, but then sometimes like if you're not a part of that group, it can make some people feel a little bit alienated. So I'd say that's the only big like downside to it, is if you're not a part of that group, then you kind of feel like you're an outsider a bit. So then it's like one of those things where if you are a foreigner, like I get my green card, even if I like change my citizenship to become Korean, I don't think I will switch my citizenship because they make you like get rid of the one that you have. So like I would have to like turn in my American passport to the embassy and say, hey, I don't want to be American no more. And that is quite scary. So I'm just gonna stick with the green card. But even though I'll be a permanent resident here, it's still kind of like our country, our language, our this, and then you're over there. So I guess that's one of the only like downsides to it, as it feels a little bit alienating, etc. When I'm talking about my house, like I don't say 우리 집, I just say 내 집. And then people are always like, it's so freaking weird, stop saying 내 집, say 우리 집. And I'm like, but bruh, I don't got no family, it's just me. And they're like, but you got 2 cats though, say 우리 집. I am getting a little bit more used to it, but it's still so weird for me to say 우리 집. I don't know why, that's like the worst one. I can say like 우리 엄마, 우리 아빠, because I have brothers and sisters, like a crap ton of them. But other than that, like other ones, it's like, I don't know. So Anyway, those are the 3 things that I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you were able to learn something. I love it when you guys tell me that you learned stuff from my videos. So I hope that you learned something. If you have any questions about Korean society, etc., things that you saw in dramas, if you want to know if it's real that people really do that, or if you want to know why people do something, then please ask me in the comments down below. If you like this video, like to see more videos, please subscribe to my YouTube page, which is down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, like me on Facebook. I will see ya.